Weather and climatic parameters often dictate our way of life and livelihood. From dressing, food consumption, commerce and industry to religion and aviation, climatic indices have indeed enveloped our being. The aviation sector is one of the critical sectors of the Nigerian economy. The movement of people, goods and services ensures the appropriate fluidity required of a functional economy. Over the years, there has been a heavy reliance on the road transport system to move the economy from the point of supply to that of demand. However, years of neglect, rot in infrastructures and lack of maintenance have ensured that the road transport system is less attractive and efficient to compete in an era where economic activities are carried out real time, on time. The answer has been the magic of the flight, the growth of the aviation sector. In recent years, this growth has been phenomenal, with Nigeria boasting of over 24 international and local airports across the country. The investment is huge and the stake is definitely higher.
The impact of aviation to any nation is positive, because aviation is empirical, is very important to the growth and development of any economy, to the social activities of the people. And it is one means of transport that will get you from point A to point B in a very quick time and in a very comfortable fashion. And without aviation today, the loss in terms of time and the value of time would be, unprecedented. Therefore, it is critical to national development, to economic growth. It is critical to efficiency and to time use. It is very important.
The science of the movement of flight seems magical, but contextually operates with the law of gravity. It is a common knowledge that aviation is largely dependent on the dynamics of climate. A foggy or misty morning could mean no flight. Visibility becomes poor and unstable for any airborne movement.
It's for every pilot before taking off, they must obtain meteorological data. This data is either in quant form, that is to tell them the latest meteorological information before taking off, or it might be in TAF form, that is terminal aerodrome forecast, or in ROFO form, that is route forecast.
It is a common scenario to have flight schedules cancelled, particularly with passengers having little or no idea of the cancellations. Oftentimes, it is for the reason of poor visibility or bad weather. The Nigeria Meteorological Agency, NIMET, is saddled with the responsibility of monitoring and processing atmospheric data for the purposes of forecasting and evaluation. NIMET drives the functioning of aviation in Nigeria with its daily weather report, which is critical to flight schedules.
At this station, Nigeria Meteorological Agency office, Murtal Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, we take weather observation on hourly basis and instantaneously. Why I said instantaneously, we also take special weather information. After taking this observation, send them to the tower and also distribute them locally and internationally. Locally, we use the NIMET data transfer system. Internationally, we use the AFTN, which I showed you there. And this data goes into the International Data Bank, the Global Telecommunication System, data bank, which will automatically and instantly be disseminated to everywhere in the world. And anybody that needs Nigerian data will just log into the GTS, will get it. Here we also retrieve the data sent by us and some other countries from the global telecommunication system using the RETIM 5G. We also use the MESE Aero and the MSG, which is the second generation meteorological satellites. So we use these tools to retrieve data and also capture the vertical structure of the atmosphere, which we now use to issue forecasts for aviation, basically here. Before we issue the forecast, we carry out analysis of the data collected. Just as you see at the background, he is the duty meteorologist. He's analyzing data. He has displayed the satellite imagery, the wind pattern from Meteo France, Washington, and UK Met Office, all those WAF centers. After issuing these forecasts, we now disseminate them again through the AFTN internationally, internet and NIMET locally. This information are being used for flight operation locally, regionally and internationally, and they are very good in enhancing safety, efficiency and regularity of flight operations.
All over the world, Nigeria inclusive, the aviation sector receives a high level of patronage traffic in human, goods and services. The reasons are quite obvious. It offers the safest, fastest and more efficient mode of linking places around the world. Global warming has ensured frequent instability and fluctuations in climatic parameters, irregular wind patterns, visibility problems, among others. These are contending issues and dynamics that have characterized the sector in more recent times.
Climate change is a very big deal today. It affects people, animals, and the environment. And aviation is directly linked with the issue of climate change. When airplanes fly, the engines emit gases and particles and noise. And that is a pollutant that adds to the contribution of greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases, like you know, are important because they help capture heat from the sun that helps also keep the globe, the earth, warm. Otherwise, we'll be living in a freezing environment. But it has also been noted through studies that too much of greenhouse gases also has a negative effect on the environment. So the emission of these noises and these gases and these particles from aviation engines do contribute to the issue of climate change.
While it is important to commend the enormous contributions of NIMET and other allied agencies for the success recorded thus far in the sector, it is necessary to point out the need for airline customers to understand the linkage between climatic condition and aviation traffic. There is the need to constantly educate airline passengers on some of these challenges associated with aviation.
90% of the responsibility of global warming and greenhouse gases is people. If people would do the right things by planting trees, by trying to use less fossil fuels, maybe wind energy or solar energy or biofuels, it will help in reducing these dangerous gases that are being emitted.